Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome. The sun is streaming through our beautiful stained glass windows into our sanctuary, onto our eyes, into our hearts. The last rays of sunlight of this week, wherever you may have been this week, wherever this week has taken to you, it's taken you here. And we're so glad to be welcoming in Shabbat together with you.
So we're going to sing, and you actually just learned what we're going to sing now. And the words are just two words. The words are, everybody say Bowie.
Bowie.
And Kala.
Kala.
And it means welcome to the bride. You might not know, but this is a wedding. Every Friday night, our tradition imagines that we are getting married. And the marriage is to each other, to the divine energy of the universe. But there is a wedding that happens every Friday night that begins Shabbat. And so Bo'i Kala means come, welcome to the bride. And it goes like this. Bo'i Kala, Bo'i Kala, Bo'i Kala, Bo'i Kala. And then like this. Bo'i Kala, Bo'i Kala, Bo'i
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Here we are in this very sacred space, our sanctuary, in this very sacred time of Shabbat, these 25 hours, the gift to replenish our souls and our spirit, to be in community. And each one of you is here for a different reason. Some of you are celebrating the simcha of our 3 newest young adult members of the congregation, our B'nai Mitzvah. Some of you are here in mourning. We're here to support you. Some of you have people who are ill in your families. We say Misha Berach. For whatever reason that you're here tonight, simcha, mourning, community, because you didn't want to be alone. You wanted to be here with us. We welcome you. And we're going to welcome up Noah and Megan and Silver and their families to open up the gates of Shabbat and light the Shabbat candles. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue with words from Psalm 97 on page 14. The words that we'll be singing are at the bottom of the page. Or Zarua Latzadik Ul Yishre Lev Simcha. Translation is on the opposite page. Light is sown for the righteous, and radiance for the upright.
Tzaddik, Zaru ala tzaddik, Zaru ala tzaddik, Uli Shrei Lev Simcha.
Or Zarua, let's try it.
Zaru ala tzaddik, Zaru ala tzaddik, Zaru ala tzaddik, Uli Shrei Lev Simcha. Simcha,
continue with Lecha Dodi on page 20.
And a reminder, when we get to Boi V'Kala, we are actually rising together and we are facing the door that we came in and we're greeting Shabbat as if she is our bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem tiferet le'ilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, ve'rosh mikeder mesucha. Sof ma'asim v'machshavat ilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Ki hitoreri, ki va'orech tumi uri, uri shir dameri. Kevod Adonai nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha ובצהולה, תוך אמוני המסל גולה. בואי קלה, בואי קלה. lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 B'nei Shabbat nekabela. B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We remain standing for Baruch Hu, our call to this moment, our call to be a part of this evening service. Baruch Hu is on page 28.
We're on page 32, I believe. Is that right? Goes like, what a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. What a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. Let's try that together. What a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. What a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, ahavat olam beit Yisrael, ahavat olam beit Yisrael. What a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. What a great love, what a great love, what a great love you have given us. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
We turn to page 34 for the Shema, and the way that the Shema is written here is exactly the way it's written in the scroll, with the ayin of the Shema and the dalet of the Echad bigger than all the other letters. And so as we contemplate this listening prayer, we think about the importance of ed, or witnessing. What do we witness in the outside of ourselves and in this world? That's why I think we close our eyes when we say the Shema, because it's a little too much 6 days a week to witness what's going on in the world. And Shabbat just gives us this 25 hours where we can take a deep breath, we can close our eyes, and we can listen to what's really important inside.
Shema,
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated and join us in the Ve'ahavta.
So, you won't mind if I do something spontaneous, will you?
No.
And especially Noah and Megan and Silver, you won't mind if I do something spontaneous. Will you come stand, bring your prayer books, and you're all having a service tomorrow that you're chanting the Ve'ahavta at. There you are. And let's have you're going to face the congregation actually. And I'll do it with you. And let's
Avta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uvel nafshecha uvechol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובדרך שוכבך ובתומך שרתם להיות על ידיך היו תפות בין עיניך זאת ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים אני Adonai Elohim, Adonai Elohim.
And if you want to give them a little bit of love, like Rabbi Noah taught us last week, you can rub your hands together and then send your warmth at them. Yeah. Thank you.
So this morning, I was out walking my dog, and I encountered a neighbor who I'm friendly with. I'd never learned her name before. And she also has a dog, so we exchanged phone numbers, as good neighbors do, to help each other out once in a while when help is needed with the dogs. She gave me her name, and then she said, "Yep, I'm a member of the tribe." The tribe that everyone seems to hate right now. In our limited interactions, being Jewish never came up before today with this neighbor. I don't get the sense that my neighbor would be here tonight, for example, or otherwise affiliated in the Jewish community. And yet, the current level of hatred towards Jews, which is rising each day, causes even the most apathetic, unaffiliated Jewish people to reckon with that baseless hatred that's directed at us. Now, I would have a lot of trouble articulating a coherent position or solution to the intractable conflict challenging Israel and the Palestinians right now. How can we be A, assured of a national homeland to live in safety and security, and B, promoting that same right for all people, including the Palestinians? I'm not going to go there tonight. I do think Zionism was supposed to be the answer. We have a problem as Jews that Zionism was supposed to solve, and unfortunately, it's a problem that hasn't gone away in earnest. Not since 1948, not since 70, not ever. Beyond just growing up in a Jewish community, I got a real education on this in college, and even more so after college when I lived and traveled to Israel and the West Bank and all the other Jewish communities that I visited around the country and around the world. And wherever I went and wherever I go, the Jews I meet who have the strongest connection to the heritage and the ways of our people are connected through Kedusha. Rabbi Mintz and I are both speaking about Kedusha tonight, so I'll save something for her to unpack. But suffice it to say that Kedusha is holiness. And the Torah, our entire wisdom tradition, strives to guide and instruct on how to achieve it. In this week's Parsha, called Kedoshim, norms and structures are named concerning sexuality, concerning diet, concerning justice, all in the name of articulating a different program for the Jews. Certain pieces of guidance have thankfully evolved out of the tradition, at least around here. Rules around homosexuality, dietary restrictions, corporal punishment. These have been humanely reimagined according to rabbinic innovation practices. And the innovation of the rabbi and rabbinic Judaism is that harmful laws and beliefs can be updated, and reinterpreted laws are sanctioned and considered kosher. And then there are the parts of our program that do live on. They are succinctly summed up in the 10 Commandments, which appear in this week's Torah portion. But in reality, the halakha, the Jewish way, or the Jewish program, it's throughout our text and our traditions, and it finds its way in all the places we go. That was just chanted by our B'nai Mitzvah students in the V'ahavta, when we get up, when we lie down, when we're at home, when we're on our way, and even when we're on the bus. Board a city bus in Israel, and you'll see an ancient phrase, a biblical passage that comes from this week's Torah portion, posted towards the front of the bus around the handicap seating and wheelchair area. The text says, Mipnei seva takum. It comes from this week's Torah portion and means, you shall rise before the aged. It's cute to have this on a bus, and it's also enormously practical. On some buses around here, I've seen it say priority seating area with a pictogram of a stick figure with a cane or a wheelchair. But in Israel, the message gets across with the biblical verse. And on those buses, it's not just about the practicality, it's the understanding that the world does not stay the same, people do not stay the same. We're all on a trajectory from youth to old age, and that at any point in your life, you show deference, honor, respect to those that come before you. Mipnei seva takum, v'hadarta pnei zaken, v'yareta melohecha ani Adonai. You shall rise before the aged and show deference to the old. You shall fear your God, I am Adonai. What makes this part of our path to holiness is not merely that it's the right thing to do as is laid out in the first part of the verse, get up for someone who needs the seat. The latter half of this biblical verse, which is the latter half of many biblical verses, you shall fear your God, I am Adonai. This takes it from being a good citizen to being a Jew, from acting righteously to being in this never-ending chain of those who march toward holiness, toward the way things ought to be. While it might be tempting to enter the fray of discourse when Eden Golan is booed at Eurovision, or when my neighbor feels that the whole world hates her, I remember that this parsha didn't tell me to be one way or another. It told me to be holy, to live my life with awe and wonder of that which knows no bounds. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue marching towards freedom and holiness with Mi Chamocha, which is on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטע בקודש, נורא תהילות עושי פלא, נורא תהילות עושי פלא, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקעי ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יא לה לה לה, 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 יא לה לה לה,
Turn now for the Misha Berach to page 253, or in the brackets 371.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
We take into our hearts the members of our community who are ailing either in body or in mind or in spirit. As we say these words of holy blessing and healing, Rusty Holden, Patrick Powell, Peter Logan, Peter Joslow, Liz McMahon, Nancy Pollock, Eva Lackenbacher, Natalia Sverbaloff, Ann Jackson, Jessica Inman, Tony Schmiesing, Michaela Hamilton, Bill Grossman, Shireen Zalis, and Rabbi Jonathan Stein. And if anyone else has the name of someone who they're thinking of who needs some healing, please feel free to say that person's name out loud. Of course, our hearts are turning towards all those innocent victims in Israel and in Gaza, and all the people who are suffering, the families of the hostages and the hostages themselves.
I want to take a moment just and acknowledge our beautiful musicians here, Dan Zemmelman and Cullum Marian and Jonathan Ferris and Eric Schoen. We're so lucky to have such beautiful music. Yeah, we're very lucky. And we're also really lucky that they don't know what I'm going to play, and I'm changing my plan right here, and you're just going to join me. And we're lucky that that these are those kind of musicians.
And we're lucky to have you cantor, Addie, aren't we?
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChayim.
Page 42.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChayim. Ushmor tzitenu uvoenu lechayim shalom me'atov ve'ad olam. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChayim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu. Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. But then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say, we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and the children will play. One day, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day. Shalom, shalom, shalom. There will be shalom, shalom, shalom.
The central part of our prayers, the Amidah, is found on page 46. And in just a moment, we'll all stand together and sing these words together. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. This is really an invitation for you to find the words or the lack thereof contained within you. There might be no words, there might be many words on your own heart. And just in case you're looking for a nudge about what should we be thinking about, what should we be praying for, the words of our Siddur are here as a guide for us. So I invite you now to rise on page 46 for Amidah.
Adonai, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi, Ufi, Yagid, Tegilatecha. Adonai, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi, Yagid, Tegilatecha.
Continue with the personal Amidah through page 62. When you're finished, please be seated.
I'm going to teach you this part of this particular prayer song. And all you need to know is the word shalom. I'm assuming most of you probably know what it means, but I'll review for you. It also means hello, and it also means goodbye, and of course it means peace. And in the deep root of that word, it means wholeness and completion. And your part is like this. Shalom. Let's try that. Shalom. Then you just take it up a little bit. Shalom. Up a little higher. Shalom. Shalom. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize Easy harmony. Shalom. 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 Please, God.
Shalom. Shalom. Peace and wholeness. Can't have wholeness without peace. Rabbi Westrike, that was a beautiful drash about holiness and about the potential for us to build the world back to shalom, to wholeness. And as you said, this week is all about Kadoshim. It's all about holiness. And our 3 B'nai Mitzvah students know that better than everybody. They've been studying about holiness, 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 holiness this whole year. And holiness is not, it's really not overrated. I think it's kind of underrated. It's kind of a strange word, holiness. We don't use it that much, but in Judaism, we do kadosh all the time. When our students come up to lead the Kiddush, it's the same root of kadosh, of holiness, of sacred, of unique, of special. And they're not making the grape juice or the wine magically sacred. It's the time that we're in when we say the blessing that is sacred. When a couple stands under a chuppah, the Jewish word is kedushin, to make one person sacred or holy or different, unlike any other person in the world to them. And when, at the end of our service, we are going to remember those who came before us, the people who were so sacred and special and breathed life into us and inspired us, gave us our life, we say Kaddish. We memorialize their lives. We live in a world that feels very terrible. It doesn't even feel ordinary sometimes. Sometimes I wake up and I think, wow, I hope it's an ordinary day today, just because the days have been really hard. Sleeping is hard, waking up is difficult, especially if you're looking at that little thing, that oracle that everybody has next to their bed when they wake up. It's not great news. And Judaism teaches us to lean into Doesn't everybody here have an oracle by their bed? It's about this, it's this big. How often when you turn to it is it good news? Not that often. So Judaism says the world is not yet holy, it's not yet complete, but it can get better. If we pray, if we inspire one another, and if we can imagine what it looks like, at least for 25 hours every week. And that's where we are right now. That's why we're here. Just these 25 hours once a week, we get to dream and wish and imagine and pray and hold somebody's hand who's crying, bake some challah and share it with somebody who's hungry. All those little tiny crumbs of holiness that come together and have the potential to change the world. And when we think about broken world, we think about the teaching in our tradition. And Rabbi Yitz Greenberg says, Jewish tradition deals with this challenge of a broken world by creating sacred time and sacred space. The future perfected world is brought forward into the present in the form of a mini cosmos, a miniature version of the ultimate goal. In the realm of time, the Torah carves out one day, this day, that we are celebrating together. Abraham Joshua Heschel calls it Shabbat, the palace in time. During these 25 hours, one experiences the ultimate reality to come, not the way the world is, but the way the world ought to be. This is not so much a problem or a prohibition not to do any labor, not to do any work, but it's an imagined future fantasy. Imagine if just 1/7 of your life you didn't do any work, you didn't create, you just were. You absorbed the wonder of creation. Rabbi Greenberg says this is the covenantal method of world transformation. This tiny secret that we have called Shabbat, that's not just for the Jews, it's holy time for everybody. He says, start by redeeming one day, then widen the liberation steadily from Saturday into Sunday and then Monday until all 7 days are perfect days. Start with one ideal building, one little mikdash, one little holy place. Maybe it's just a tiny altar in your house, or it's a temple. And then extend it to your city, to your state, then to one country. He says, keep on extending the zone of life, freedom, perfection, get some allies and friends along the way, and someday the whole world will be redeemed and transformed, a Garden of Eden with liberty and justice, love and peace for all. Imagine if our world was a Garden of Eden with liberty and justice, love and peace for all. And our tradition teaches us that we can count on each other, but also that these 25 hours are sacred, as is every single day. And we are in a very sacred period of time between Pesach, Passover, and Shavuot, where we're counting the days. We're counting the days of the Omer. And it's the tradition from the second day of Passover until 49 days later that we count up from day 1 to day 49. And we think about the kind of people and we want to be in, the kind of world we might inhabit one day. So, Cantor Addy, will you lead us in the Sfirat HaOmer, the counting blessing? Mm-hmm. And it's actually a very potent day. This is the day of 2 weeks and 4 days, so that's 14 plus 4, which is? I didn't do accounting in rabbinical school. I think it's 18, right? Which is Chai, which is L'chaim. So it's a very powerful spiritual day of L'chaim, of life.
And the words are, the opening words are Baruch Atah Adonai. You probably know, a lot of you know these words, Asher Kitshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu. And then the only words that you need, actually it's even in the prayer book. Will you open to page, I put it in the outline. What is that? It says, page 278. You'll see the words there so you can sing with us. For the counting of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer.
Today is the 18th day, which is 2 weeks and 4 days of the Omer.
Al sfirat haomer, al sfirat haomer.
Please join us now as we turn to page 282 and we rise together for the Aleinu.
Aleinu, 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 Aleinu,
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol. Remember us. It is upon us. You can count on us to believe, to pray, to wonder, to build towards kadosh, holiness, sacredness, and shalom, wholeness, and peace.
ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ ביום ההוא יחיה אדוני
You may be seated. We think now of those that we've loved and lost. As a congregation, we are thinking of the following two people who are still yet to be laid to rest: Fran Florio and Marcia Cooper. We're in a period of Shloshim, 30 days of mourning, for Erica Boutiette, Beatrice Marks Prosnitz, Parviz Yechurun, David Holloway, Reverend Cecil Williams, Selma Ehrlich, Charlie Robert, Justin Grun, Estelle Weiss-Wexler, Barbara Rosenberg, Betty Levine, Yehuda Ben Asher, and Leo Brandes. We honor the yard site, the memorial of death at this time and years past, of the following members of our congregation: Valerie Atkins, Julius Block, Hetty Jean Block, Martin H. Braun, Josiah Eschel Brill, Donald Chaikin, Doreen Cody, Edward M. Kaufman, Anna P. Cohen, Lydia Colasso, Betty Swig Dinner, Ted Ecker, Alvin Edelman, Helene Edelson, Molly Friend, Marvin Fuchs, Rosa Ewing Goldman, Sylvia Goldstein, Galia Gordon, Flory Gross, James W. Hartman, Michael Hawk, Ida Hyam, Richard P. Inlander, Milton Jasper, Eleanor G. I. Yochemek, Richard Caton, Melvin Kaufman, Sophia Kodak, Helen Nee, Claire Motzker Lilienthal, Shirley R. Lipschitz, Joseph Lawrenson, Eleanor Willard Miller, Tomas Miranda, Sharon Monsky, Theodore Myers, Henry Orlowski, Robert Irwin Parquet, Jay Pito, Teresa Rayner, David Roach, Irvine Robbins, Sadie Reutblatt, William Joseph Roos, Louis B. Rovens, Norman A. Rubin, Eva Sampson, Leonard Schlane, Henry Sicular, Esther Siegel, Elaine Simon, Corinne Sobel, Edward Ted Stiefel, Walter Tick, Henry C. Weinstein, Ida Wertheim, Celia Wolf. If there's someone that you're remembering this evening who is not mentioned, I invite you to share their names out loud. Bring their memory into this room as my hand passes through the congregation. we rise in solidarity with our mourners and recite these words of Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Bialma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye decho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kariv ve'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulal me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richut. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories always be a blessing in our lives.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru.
We're going to ask you to take your sidurim and bring them to the back.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet, but when it's time. And then I also want to draw your attention to the Shabbat handout that you received on your way in, which lists several wonderful, meaningful, timely events that you're all invited to. And an extra plug that's not in here, but after 49 days of counting the Omer, it is Shavuot. And we will be celebrating with congregations across San Francisco, this year hosted at Congregation Beth Shalom in the Richmond. You're invited from 7 to 11, Tuesday, June 11th. Check our website for more information.
And we're going to invite our Benot mitzvah up to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi.
I would also add that on May 30th, I think it's the 30th, the last Friday of this month is confirmation, and we hope you'll all come join us. Here, let's all face out this way. Oh.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavadnu, v'shabbat kodsho,
באהבה וברצון הנהילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית.
כי הוא יום תהילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קדשך באהבה וברצון הנהלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. לחיים.
Take a sip. Chaim.
And please join our 3 Benot Mitzvah. You guys can hold the challah for us. And join us in the Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Shabbat shalom!
Shabbat shalom!
Shabbat shalom!
And please take your prayer books on the way out with you.